think something about Cloudland has got a magical quality that just grabs you immediately.
It was so different and refreshing here that it just kind of stuck with us, and it always just was in the back of our mind about, this place is so neat. I wonder, it would be so neat, you know, to have a place here one day. And so a couple of years passed and a home became available in here, and we took the opportunity, and it's been the best thing we've ever done for our family.
I think, you know, living in the city, living that hustle and bustle and, you know, treadmill kind of life where people are obstacles and, you know, the world is just moving at a frenetic pace. It's hard to stop and pull yourself out of it. And I think the big risk and the big challenge we had to make is we were uprooting our family out of that, which we were very used to, and coming here and slowing things down and really to see what would happen, to see if we are all closer and we are less stressed out and we do have time to kind of just do smaller things and more natural things and spend more time outdoors, and spend more time sustaining ourselves and figuring out ways to be self-reliant.
With nature being so prevalent and just outside our doorstep, whether it's raccoons or deer or turkeys wandering across your yard, you are thrown back to an earlier time where nature and man maybe coexisted a little easier.
I think the thing that surprised us a little bit was how different the mountain looks almost every day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you have a different sky, you have different cloud cover, you have different reflective nature of the green and the brown and the sun, and it's really amazing. Every day it's different out here in a different, beautiful way. There's some ugly days, cloudy days, but even those have their own charm, I think, up here.
John takes a lot of pride in and it shows in every little part of this place. And so as a result, when you come in, it's welcoming, it's clean, it's tidy, everything's just nice. But on top of that, you've got this amazing thing where you have High Point, which is the highest point on Lookout Mountain at 2,100 or 2,300 feet. And then you have Round Top, which is just a little bit further along, and this nice little saddle between the two, sitting right below it with this cut-in valley going right in deep, is Cloudland.
For years, we just, you know, we looked at other properties, and we looked in Blue Ridge, and we found beautiful mountain homes with a gorgeous view where you could have a cup of coffee in the morning and maybe, you know, a glass of wine at night, but there was nothing for the kids to do. And so you'd have to drive into town for the attractions or, you know, just for them to play because, you know, they're built on a cliff and that sort of thing.
And we found that every time we visit a place, we would start comparing it to Cloudland Station. And we didn't realize why we were doing it, and then all of a sudden, every place we did, we'd always come back at the end to compare it. Yeah, but Cloudland is like this. And finally, we just looked at ourselves and said, you know, I think we're stuck on Cloudland.
So I think what we found was the neighborhoods we saw were either old and standard like neighborhoods, that we call it cookie cutter. What's different about here is you don't have any of that. And immediately, we never agree on anything, but immediately we both agreed on this place.
And I have to say, it takes us, well me, a long time to make decisions. It took me a year to decide on a color for the walls in our bedroom, but within 4 days we said, yes, this is what we want to do.
Well, I'd say my wife's biggest change has been that for 20 years she had 10 plus migraines every month, and oftentimes more than that. And after we moved up here, the first month she might have had 10, the second month she might have had 5, the third month she had 3. And for the last 18 months, she hadn't had any migraines, and we don't know why.
The level of like that low level constant stress that you have living in a big, congested, often crime-filled city, that doesn't exist here anymore. It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah.
We've got Chattanooga close by in case we want to run into an urban environment. And then we always enjoy the 20 minutes back out home. And we've never gotten tired of this drive back here. We just find ourselves loving it. And there's plenty of places for almost any age of kid to enjoy themselves, whether it's the pool or the rec barn or down just out in the woods along the creek or walking up to the falls or trails that go up the mountain and discovering caves and different things that are on the property.
I think a lot of families only have the opportunity to be in a place like this maybe, you know, once or twice a year when they decide to, you know, go camping or go out to Colorado or just, you know, rent a cabin somewhere. But for us, this is actually where we live, and that's special. Like, wow, we live here.
So for our children, Cloudland Station offers the opportunity for them to have unstructured organic play. They're outside all day, even in the winter. They're playing in the creek and they're freezing and they come home. And it allows kids to be kids. You know, we're not going from one activity to the next activity when we're out here. They really just get to explore and play the way kids used to play. And it gives them a lot of autonomy and freedom. And they love it here. This was, without a doubt, the best thing we've ever done for our children. We did it for our kids, but it's been wonderful for our family.
I remember one time when we first moved here, our kids were, they were near the tree house, and they were playing with some kids that were staying in one of the Airbnbs. And the guest asked our kids, "Do you live here?" And our kids, you know, replied yes. And they're like, "Wow, I wish I lived here." And so it's a great place for kids and for us.
When our friends and our family come to visit, they're in awe of this place, just like we are. And it really has just changed kind of our mindset of what's important to us. We always knew that, but we didn't necessarily have the opportunity to allow this kind of freedom at home. And Cloudland Station offers that safety because it's large, and the kids, it's safe for the kids to play here without, you know, parents right on top of them. You know, they get the freedom to go and be on their own, and it really it's helped their self-esteem. And you see them thinking and growing, you know, little engineering tabs. They're building forts and how can we get a higher jump off the rope swing, that sort of thing. And it just helps them to think kind of outside the box instead of playing Legos or what we'd be doing normally at home. When we're at home, there's always a parent with them, whether they're outside, one of us is sitting on the porch watching them while they're riding their bike. But here, the kids go off with a walkie-talkie and they come home when they're hungry, and it really does. It affects their self-esteem. They are more peaceful here, and they just love the freedom that they have to play and explore, and it's been a wonderful thing for our family. We feel very thankful to have found this place, and even to know we weren't even really looking for it. It just kind of happened for us.
He can walk on water.
It's not as convenient in a lot of ways, but that's part of the beauty of living here, I think, is you realize all the things that you thought you had to have in the city, you really don't need. And
I agree.
I will say one of the things that we love so much about Cloudland is the community of people. And we all know it, we're very small, but we all know each other, and we kind of look out for each other, and that, to me, you can't force that or make that. It just naturally happens here, and that is something that we love about Cloudland.
And right now, it's not like there's hundreds and hundreds of people, but there is a growing community, and I believe that that will be a big part of the future. It's the way people connect, which makes a place important and memorable. And you've got all the raw material, and you put people on here and in this place, and they're going to connect.
But originally we bought the land and we were not going to build for a few years. And then I said to Ken, you know, we're not getting any younger, so why don't we enjoy Cloudland while we can? And that's why we started building, I think within 2 years of buying it.
What else?
I think that's,
It's a beautiful place.
yeah. We love it here.
Yeah, we love it. You will too.
So come visit.
We don't want anybody else to come though.
I know, we're trying to keep it a secret.
It's all full, sorry.
We're
We're
sold
closing
out.
the door behind us.
Yep.